Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Now, I thought I'd make this tutorial because I'm starting out in Unreal Engine and the amount of shit tutorials on YouTube by guys who just don't know how to explain things and it's frustrating. So by the time you got through their huge intros and their flashy intros and graphics and then they start moving their mouse all over the screen and trying to explain things to you, it's just dreadful. The majority is dreadful. So I thought I'd create a very noob friendly, because I'm a noob myself, on how you can, one, create a character, and two, how to bring him into Unreal and animate him. That's basically what we want to do. But if you look for tutorials on that, you go round in circles trying to find a simple tutorial. So first things we need three things. We need Make Human, which is on your screen there, and that's free. And we need Mixamo, which is a website where you can register for free and use the characters animations. And then, of course, you need Unreal Engine. So you need to download that from the unrealengine.com website. So the unrealengine.com is where you download Unreal Engine. Mixamo.com is where you use your characters and animations. And makehumancommunity.org is where you download your Make Human. So download all these. For Make Human, just click on Downloads and go to Download the Stable Release. For Mixamo, you just need to sign up. And for Unreal Engine, you just need to download and install it. So once you've done all those things, we can open Make Human and you'll be presented with something like this. So there's a couple of tabs on here. You don't need to use all the tabs. It's up to you. A lot of them are fine tuning, but we're going to go through the basics. So we want to basically create a male character. So these sliders help us to do either a certain type of character. So if you slide that to the left, you get more feminine character. To the right, you get more masculine. Same with the age, same thing. To the left is younger, to the right is older. A muscle weight. It's all self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into all that detail. But basically, you can use these sliders to make the sort of character you want. So let's go here. So that's the first tab, which I should have said is under modeling. So under modeling, you've got lots of other tabs under here. You've got gender, face, torso, etc. So a lot of these are just fine-tuned. So if I click on gender, it sort of allows you to have a vertical position of the chest, the horizontal distance. So I'm not interested in that at the moment. The face allows you to sort of give him an oval face. So if I click on oval here, whoops, you see his face is going round there. You see his head. So they're just fine tuning tools. So it tells you what they are there. And you got that for the face, you got that for the torso, the arms and legs. Random, I'm not sure what that actually does. Custom, I'm not sure what that does. Measure, now the measure again is to do with the neck height and the neck circumference. So I'm not interested in, well, let's make his neck circumference a bit bigger, let's see. There you go, just a little bit bigger. So that's the modeling tab. That allows you to set up the character the way you want it to set him up. So the next tab is Geometries, and the Geometries, under here you have various things like the clothes that he wears or she wears, the eyes, the hair, the teeth, eyebrows. Again, more fine tuning. So I'm going to give this guy a mustache. Okay. I'm going to put some casual clothes on him. So I click on casual clothes. There you go. And some shoes. So you get some brown shoes. There you go. So that's looking good. Maybe there's a bit of a patch there coming out. So can I see if I can? No, that'll do. That'll do. That looks good. So yeah, so I can even give him fine tune his. I can give him a hat if I wanted to, but I don't want to give it. You just left click on these and it'll add them to your character. So that's the clothes done. The eyes. There's only two options: high and low. I'll just keep it on high. The hair, again, you can give him some extra hair, so I can give him like that sort of hairstyle or sort of girly hairstyle or spiky hairstyle. Sure, it's just, what's that one like? Let's give him that one there. Yeah, that's a short hairstyle. So you can choose those, and also you can download extra hair, teeth, and whatever by using the community tab. So I'm not going to go into that in this section, but you can download assets from the internet. So let's go back to our geometries. I'm happy with his hair and click on teeth and give him some teeth. Even though you can't see them, if you do animate his mouth, then when he opens his mouth, he'll have a hole there. So I just put some teeth in. Topologies, again, you can choose a specific pre-made topology, male generic. I don't need to do that because I'm happy with how he looks. Eyebrows, let's give him some fake eyebrows. There you go. Maybe those eyebrows. Yeah, that'll do. So give him some eyebrows. Actually, and eyelashes, I'm not going to give him an eyelash. Tongue, I'm going to put a tongue in there because, like I said, if you animate his mouth, he will uh, he'll have a hole in it otherwise. So I'm just going to put the age down a bit. There you go. So that's the geometry section. So the modeling does sort of look how the body looks and parts of the body, and so does the geometry tab in a way because it does things like the teeth, etc. So those two sort of concerned with setting up how your character look. Materials, again, you can go here and you can choose a face. So if I wanted to click on a middle-aged Asian man, you see his face changes a bit. Or middle-aged Caucasian man. I'll change it to middle-aged Caucasian man. So you can fine-tune the face there. The next one, pose animate. Okay, this is important because what we're going to do, we are going to upload him to Mixamo and ask Mixamo to put a skeleton in. The skeleton is basically a set of bones to allow you to move this geometry or this character. So you can add a rig here, as you can see the skeleton, game engine, Unreal Engine, etc. But we're going to say none for now because we're going to use Mixamo to do that for us. So we can make sure we leave that to none, the rig presets, and that's under Pose Animate tab and Skeleton. For the pose, we're going to look for the T pose because again, we're going to click T pose because we're going to import him with that pose into Mixamo, and you'll see why later. So make sure the pose, I don't think it matters too much, but it's best to leave it on T pose. And expressions now allows you to like put some expressions on his face again. So you can fine tune how his face looks like. So I'm not going to change any of that now. These ones we're not going to bother at the moment, so leave that there. So I'm happy with my character as it is. These are settings and utilities, like logs and things like that, which I don't really use. So the next thing we need to do is click on modeling and click on files. We're going to export him. So we're going to first of all give him a name. So I'll click on here and save the file just in case. I'm going to call this YT tutorial in there. TY tutorial, never mind. And I'm going to call this guy YouTube man. There you go. Oh, hang on. What am I saying? Sorry, let's select the folder. So select the folder. Sorry, let me just rename this. It's bugging me. I'm going to call it tutorial. So let's click on the tutorial folder. I want to save them in there. So click select folder. So now we've selected our folder where we want to save it to. Don't forget, we need to know that later on. And now I'm going to click on export. So export allows you to select some formats. I'm going to click on film box because that's what I've been using. I don't know if we can use the other ones for Unreal. We probably can, but for this tutorial, it'll be film box. And on here, I'm also going to change this to decimeter because I find if you put meter and you import them into Unreal, it's tiny. So I'm going to put decimeter. Okay, so you don't have to change it, but you'll see that what I mean. If you select meter, he'd be so small, we'll have to scale him up. So two things to remember here. Export. So on the Files menu, click on Export. Click on the mesh format and make sure you put in the unit, decimeter, decameter, and leave the rest as they are. So now I'm going to give him a file name. I'll call him YouTube. And actually, let's call him make human underscore no rig because he hasn't got a rig, and I'll mention that in a minute. We're going to export him without a rig, and we're going to export him as FBX and click on export. Yes. Okay. So there you go. So now that we've done that, the next thing we want to do is give him a skeleton. Now we could give him a skeleton here, but I'm going to show you how to do it in Mixamo because it'll be better for later on when we go into Unreal. So let's go to Mixamo. I'm going to refresh my screen. And I'm going to click on characters. And there's a lot of preset characters in here already, but we're creating our own. So this is what we want to do. We want to click on upload. Sorry, that's not characters yet. So click on characters, click on upload character, and don't forget, where did we put our file? I think we put him in here. Actually, yeah, I didn't put him inside the folder. I put him in here. So there he is, make human no rig. So if you click on that, it'll upload it to Mixamo. Mixamo, I don't know. I can't remember what it's called, to be honest. So we've created our character to make human, and now we're uploading him. We've exported him, and now there he is. He looks white, but don't worry, he has his textures. Because when we exported the file earlier, the textures folder was created. So we're going to click on next. And now it's going to ask us to place these points in the various positions. So this will be the chin. Okay. This is the wrist. Okay. Elbows. Oops. Knees. And the groin. Now, what we're doing here, we're actually creating, it's going to create the skeleton for us, and the skeleton will allow us to move the character and animate him. So it's really straightforward, as you can see. It's chin, wrists, elbows, knees, and groin. So as long as you know where these parts are in the human body, you're okay. And we're going to leave everything as normal, and we're going to leave standard skeleton because I'm not sure what the rest does anyway. So now I'm going to click next. And it'll take up to 2 minutes, as you can see, to build this animation. So as soon as that's done, there you go. It's now going to process the rig, add the rig to him, and there you go. So now you can see he's moving around. Hey, so that's the skeleton has allowed us to make him move. So click on next, and now he's uploaded. So in the window here, we'll see our character loaded, and he's ready to go. So at this point, I want to download this character. So I want to download it because I want to put him into Unreal Engine. So remember earlier on, I mentioned the pose. Well, this is why. Because there's no other option other than T-pose. You can use the original pose, whatever that is, I suppose, if you save it in another pose. But it's best to use a T-pose, I think, in my opinion, because it's already set up there. And the format is FBX, because we've just been saving FBX. But there you go, you can use other things. I think that's Blender. But anyway, just remember FBX and T-pose. Click download. So we're going to save him now to a folder, and we're going to call it make human rigged. Okay, so I call it make human rigged because we've rigged him, and yeah, mine already exists. I had a file with the same name, so I'm just going to overwrite it. So now he's downloaded. Next step, open up Unreal. So let's launch Unreal Engine and wait for that to load. And we are going to create a new project. So I'm going to go to Games, Third Person, and leave everything here as default. I'll leave starter content in because it's useful. Make sure you put it in a location you know where you're going to find it. So I put mine in H, and I'm just going to call this tutorial. There you go. And I click on create. So this takes a few seconds to create. What it's doing is it's adding the folders, and it puts it in those folders. So I put in content in those folders that you can use, and we'll show you in a minute. So to recap, make human, created our character. We exported him without a rig in a T-pose, okay, because we were going to do the animation inside Mixamo. So then we uploaded our non-rigged character up to Mixamo. It asked us to add a skeleton and then created a rig for us. And now we've downloaded that character with the skeleton, and we're going to animate him. So this says update, so I'll just click on update. So you see some folders here. It's already given us some folders. I'm going to double click characters, and then in here I'm going to right click and put new folder, and I'm going to call it make human, and I'm going to put my stuff in there. So double click that. So the first thing we want to put in this folder is our character, which we just downloaded with the skeleton. So remember, I called him make human rigged. There you go. So double click that. We don't want to change anything here because the skeleton we've already got the skeleton with the character, so we don't need to attach it to any other skeleton. So I leave this as default and click on import. I like default options, means I don't have to worry about anything else. But there you go. So you get this, say, smooth and found texture name, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really affect anything, so I click on clear. And then in the background, we'll complete some shaders. And you'll see in a few seconds that there is our guy. Now, if this can be confusing because you see three characters there, right? You see a skeletal mesh, a physics asset, and a skeleton, right? So what we need to drag into our scene is the skeletal mesh, okay? Because that's the skeleton, and that's to do with physics, but this is the guy with the skeleton and the geometry. So let's get skeletal mesh, drag him in, and there he is. So left click and drag. And now, remember I said to you that if you chose meters, well, if you chose meters, he would have been so small you wouldn't have seen him. That's why I chose decimeter or decameter, whatever you want to say, because it allows the characters a good size, okay? So if I just remember, if I go back here, and I click export. Do you remember this? If I'd selected meter here, it'd be tiny. So there he is. So we've got him in here now. So what we want to do? Well, we want to add some animations as well. So let's go back to Mixamo and click on animations and click on YMCA. So there's a YMCA dance, so I click on that, and as I click on it, it will apply it to the character, and then I'm going to download it. You see he's moving around. Also, these here allow you to change, the way that's a bit faster. See, so I want to slow that down a bit. I'm going to go back. So these sliders sort of fine tune the animation, so to speak. There you go. So I'm going to click on download. And this is important. I've got the skin already because I just downloaded them, so I don't need the skin. I just need the animation. I'm going to go 60 frames a second, just because I want to. And I don't know what this does, so I'll leave that as it is. Click on download. And I'm going to save it here as YMCA dance. Click on save. Yeah, I've already got it, but I'm going to replace it. So that's one. And then there's another one, I think, called a Macarena dance. And there is a Macarena dance, so I'll get that as well while I'm here. So I'll click on that. Again, click download, 60 frames a second without skin, download. I did this earlier, but I'll just do it again to show you guys how to do it. And then call it Macarena dance and save it. Now I've put this all in where my characters were exported. It's just easier for me to remember where everything is. So there you go. So I've got my animations now. Now it's time to move on and do some animating. So go back to Unreal. Let's import those animations that we've done. Don't forget, because we've downloaded them, but we've got to put them into Unreal so Unreal can find them. So let's right click here and click import to game. And there's Macarena. So Macarena. Again, make sure here it should automatically, if you've selected the character, it looks like it's already selected for me. Don't forget to put this to our make human rigged skeleton. Okay, that's automatically on there. Whoops. So I don't need to worry about that. Click on import all. So that's importing the Macarena dance animation, and it's going to associate it with that skeleton, i.e. the make human rigged. So that takes about a minute or two, and then we'll install the other animation. It always stays at 80%. It's like you see software installed and it stops like at 70%, and you think, well, why does it get to 70% and just stops? But it will get there. So as soon as we import the Macarena dance, we'll show you how to animate it. Oh, actually no, we've got to do the YMCA one as well. Okay, so that's that. So let's also import the other animation and click on import and the YMCA dance. So again, make sure the skeleton selected is this one, the rig skeleton. Remember I said this is the one that's got the skeleton and the geometry, so it's already selected it for us anyway here, so we don't have to worry. Whoops, did that again. And click on import all. There you go. So that's done. So now we've imported all we need. We've imported the character we created, we've imported the animations, and the textures have come with the character because when we exported it from Make Human, it automatically creates a textures folder. So if I go to H drive and go to characters just to show you that I'm not lying. See, it automatically creates a textures folder which gets imported. So that's just what he's wearing and things like that. So now let's create a sequence. So a sequence is created by clicking this button and add a level sequence. So I'm going to call this YMCA. And then you'll see that it creates like a timeline and a blank track there. So we want to add some stuff to it, but at the moment if you press play, nothing happens. Okay, so we want to do something with this. Okay, so let's put it, oh yeah, sorry, the timeline as well. The green is the start of the animation, the red is the end, but we can adjust that, I think. Oops. Let's go here. Oh, another thing, actually, let's go here, change to 60 frames a second, because remember we exported the animation 60. And then another thing I do is go to show time and put seconds. I prefer working in seconds. So now it's changed to seconds. So to do that, click here, change your frame rate if you want to, and then go down to show time as and change the seconds. So at the moment, we haven't got anything in here. So we need to add something to our animation. The first thing we need to do, let's just click on our character, and he's made active by orange around him. Click on track and add to sequencer. And because we've already selected him, look, he's here. Otherwise, you have to look for him in the search box. But if you select him, he's at the top. So there he is. So now he is part of our sequence. But if we press play, nothing happens. Okay. So we need to add those animations. Don't forget we add those animations. And conveniently enough, underneath is animation. So click on add animation and click on YMCA. So now you see that he's doing the YMCA dance. And that's basically it. That's it. So you want to add some music to this. Well, I downloaded some YMCA music earlier on, clip, and you have to put it into WAV format. So if you've got, if you want to add an audio file, it's got to be in WAV format. So if you've got an MP3, you can still use it, but you need to convert it first. So I'm going to click on my, go to my audio, and there you go, YMCA. So I'm going to click on convert to WAV. So click on this and convert to WAV. Oh, by the way, I do beg your pardon. Cloudconvert.com. It's a free. So you select your file and then you click on convert and you'll see it's processing and it'll then convert it. I'm going to download it into my characters folder. Click on save. So now we can add that music. So how do we add the music? Well, first of all, we've had to convert it to WAV, which we've done, and we've done that through Cloud Convert. So if you've got an MP3 file, you've got to go to Cloud Convert and select your file and then change the convert to WAV. So if you go here, you can convert to other formats, but we want it to from MP3 to WAV. Okay, that's done. So go back to our Unreal Engine, and now we've got to add an audio track. So click on track, and then there you go, audio track. Yay! So first of all, we've downloaded the audio, but don't forget in our content drawer we haven't. Oh, we haven't got it. Actually, let me delete that because that's an old one. Or is it? I can't remember now. I can't remember putting that in there. Okay, but if that's not in there, what you need to do is right-click, import to game, and then look for your audio file. So it'll import it there. I can't remember doing that. Oh, no, I know why, because that's the level sequence. So I beg your pardon. I called it YMCA, didn't I? What a dick. Anyway, so I've imported it in here. So let's see now. We could go to the content drawer, click on audio, and let's just search for YMCA. And there it is, YMCA. So now you put the clip over here so we can click and drag the clip to line up with our animation. I forgot, you could just click the clips and drag them, like how you want. So I'm going to extend this clip a little bit longer to the end, which is the red line, and the music's there. So now let's play. Let's go to the beginning. Let's play. There you go. So that's it basically, and that's how you do it. So if I want to add another animation, you can. So I click on add animation, and this time we'll put the Macarena dance. So I want to do, if I want to do the YMCA at the beginning. Oops. Oh, damn. Control Z. Let's move that here. Okay. So if I want him to do the Macarena, I'll drag it. Sort of click on here and drag. See to the middle. And I'll do the same here. Whoops. The Macarena. So you see to slightly overlap it, which I have. So now he'll do a blend of those animations. So now he's doing that. But again, so you can blend the animations. Some people say just to put him like slightly overlap, and then what you need to do as well, I think they've also mentioned about weighting, but I haven't got to that point yet. If you click on the animation, you've got weight here, so that helps to do the blending, but I'm not sure how to do that yet. But it's quite simple. And if I wanted to add the Macarena, I'll just delete that. I go to my content drawer again, right click, import to game. I'm going to do the Macarena. Oh, I didn't do the Macarena. Okay, let's go back up here. So let's add more files. The Macarena, there you go. So that's my MP3 file to convert. I don't need this one. And I'm going to say convert. So now I've got the Macarena. I've converted it to WAV. I'm going to download it. Put it in the same place. Okay, save. And then go back to Unreal. Don't forget. I'm saving my packages now. Oh, I hate it when it does this. So as soon as it's finished, we'll we'll import the Macarena song. So right click, import to game, the Macarena WAV file. There you go. And I'll take a few seconds. By the way, you can put these in their own folders. I've just done this because it's a short tutorial and I don't have to worry about where everything is, and I don't want to put too many folders on the screen. So now that we've imported the Macarena song, click on Content Draw, go back to our sequencer. Again, click on Audio, and then do a search for Macarena, original version. There you go. So now we should have If that happens, just go to your content draw and press stop because I couldn't get it to stop. So that's it. So that's basically all you need to do to create your own character, put them in Unreal, add animations, add the rig, and it's quite that simple. So I hope this helped. Obviously, I'm still learning myself. So let us know if you found this tutorial useful, and leave a like and subscribe, and I hope the channel grows, and I hope I can add some projects to here and also help people as I go along learning myself. Thanks again, and goodbye.